Avalon here, and hold on, let me just drag my chair in. I'm doing something crazy. So look at the floor. Yep, I've got tarot cards stacked everywhere. I am preparing for a massive tarot sale. I'm getting rid of more than 3/4 of my card collection. I am making a move towards a very modest collection. I will be making a move to an off-grid facility, a location where my space will then be very limited. So I'm only taking with me what can fit in the car and what can fit in the back of the ute. We're taking 2 cars down. My space and transport will be very limited. I'm getting rid of my beds. I'm getting rid of my TV. I'm getting rid of all of my belongings. And so I'm only going to be taking those things that are absolutely nearest and dearest to me. So I have to make space for crystals. I have to make space for statuary, for some of my card collections, for my cauldrons, for things like that. I'm not taking everything. This is an enormous space that I'm in right now, and I have witchy goodies and esoteric ephemera in every corner of this space, and I can't take it all down with me. And so what I'm going to be doing is a massive tarot sale. It is a massive change. I'm nervous, can you tell? I am going to be getting rid of quite a few things. Some things I'm going to be placing on the Australian Witchcraft buy, swap and sell. They are larger, more physical items. Hi, sweetie! Other things I will be opening up to sell overseas, mainly my cards. My card collection will be what is going. At the moment, I've got a lot that I'm getting rid of, and a bit nerve-wracking. I've emptied most of my shelves. If you can have a look down there, that shelf there was absolutely packed. That shelf there is looking very sparse, and I'll show you what I'm getting rid of. If I can figure out how to turn, hang on, I'll just turn around. Okay, so I'm getting rid of that little patch there, and I'm getting rid of that stack sort of there, and probably a few more bits and bobs. That's what I'm getting rid of there, and I'll probably get rid of some of my books, and then I might be getting rid of some statuary and some of my crystals and things like that. So I'm having a massive sale, like a fire sale, and this is all very sudden. I've already sold my bookcases. We decided this morning, and now I am currently without bookcases. I will ship overseas, but I have no control over the cost of shipping. And so I don't want to open up to shipping overseas if people are then going to complain to me about the cost of shipping. You can actively verify the cost of shipping through Australia Post to your address. So go to Australia Post International, type in Trinity Beach 4879, and then type in your postal code, and you can verify the cost of shipping. It will appear in Australian dollars, and so I can only do my absolute best to make sure that you get the exact cost of shipping. And I do believe that I'm capable of shipping in a sort of like a satchel, like a bag, like a heavy bag, up to the weight of 1 kilo. And so I don't have scales here. I don't know what a deck of cards actually weighs. Believe it or not, I've never had to weigh one. So I will be, yes, so I'm going to be doing this. Now, I'm not quite sure what platform. I'm going to do this on. I'm a bit frazzled, can you tell? When I move rapidly. I'm like fire. When I decide on something, it's going to go. I've contacted Laura Rain, one of my besties, and whatever platform I decide to do this on, she's going to help me moderate. I almost feel like I want to do this on Patreon because I'm not looking forward to any trolls. I'm already in a sensitive situation and I don't really want to put myself out there. for people to be nasty and comment rude comments. And so I may even just set up a very cheap tier of like $1 Australian or something like that, and do it on there. And yes, I'm just not certain, but it will be happening very soon, within the next couple of days. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's just that I've fallen in love with the idea of living off-grid on our 28-acre block where my dad has retired, and I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. It's been a dream. It's been a small dream of mine, and now that I've decided to go ahead and launch into that, you know, I'm excited for that. But I also realize that I have to make certain sacrifices because of space. We are going to be moving into a little studio apartment. There's 5 of us, of course, so I have to consider all 5 of our belongings. And we got a little sunroom and things like that. So I will be taking some of my most treasured things, but I'm not going to be able to take the full brunt of my collection. Where's the camera? There we go. I'm not going to be able to take the full brunt of my tarot collection. Now, I've already gotten rid of close to 400 decks. What I've put aside is quite a bit, and so there's might be 100. I don't know. I'd have to have a look. I'd already gotten rid of quite a bit, and now I'm getting rid of that final bit. And I'm trying to take photographs of the ones that I am going to get rid of, so that, and I'll put those probably on my Facebook page, and so you at least get an opportunity to see what it is that I'm selling, so that if I do this on Patreon, you don't have to pay the $1 to participate, especially if you're not going to purchase. So I'm going to try and make this as fair on you and me as humanly possible. It will probably happen on a Wednesday in the evening, my time, which would make it in the morning your time, if you're in the north somewhere there. And yeah, I'm just going through it all. I'm going to be selling lots of physical items in Australian Witchcraft Marketplace, and that's because these items that are physical, they're a little bit more expensive. I've got a lot of herbs. See all those herbs up there? I've got like massive amounts of herbs that I'm probably going to get rid of. I'm just not sure yet. I'm not sure. So, that's about it. I've got to get through some books. I've got to get through some other bits and bobs, and then I'll go through my art supplies and do that kind of business. And whatever's left over is what I will be selling. So all the money will go to buying solar panels. Solar panels and helping us build our off-grid cabin. So where we'll essentially be moving to will be the Huon Valley in Tasmania. So I'm going from the far north to the far south. There I will not have a home prepared for me already. I'll be staying in a little studio with my family, and I will be living off-grid. So there is no rubbish collection, there is no electricity, there is no sewerage there. So I will be solar panels, compost, and all sorts of major changes for myself. It will be cold to the point where they do snow there. I've never lived anywhere with snow. I've never lived anywhere cold, really. I've been a tropical environment baby. I lived in Rio. I grew up in Rio, which is very hot, and I've spent most of my time in Queensland. And so it's a big deal. It's a big deal for me. And so I've got a lot to get rid of, and I'm sad to have to get rid of it, but I'm also really happy that I get to do this. It's a big deal. So I'm making a bit of a trade-off, material possessions for a dream come true. And while I'm a Taurus and it's hard to let go of these things, it is for something that is very worthwhile. It's very near and dear to my heart, and I get to experience a type of lifestyle that I've always wanted to experience. Whether or not I love it or I hate it is neither here nor there. I just want the experience, and I want to say that I have been able to do that. And if it turns out that it doesn't suit me, then it doesn't suit me. And the way that I see it is, hey, these types of things are items that I can replace if I feel the need to. I have been working towards a more minimalist I've been working towards a much more minimalist lifestyle, and this is sort of like a universal kind of happy universal push in that direction. So I'm going to simplify. I'm still going to leave myself with about 150 decks, and people are messaging me about the items that my husband has put on our local buy, swap and sell. So yeah, I've got a hot phone at the moment, but that's exactly what we're planning on doing. And it sounds really hectic, but it's invigorating. It's invigorating. So I've just got to go through everything. And keep an eye on my Avalon Apothecary Facebook page. This could get confusing, guys. I have 2 Facebook pages. It used to be the 4 Elemental Witch. You will look now and you will see 2 Avalon Cameron Facebook pages. And the reason for that is because I wanted to merge my Elemental Witch page with my Avalon Cameron page so that I just had one page. That's all I wanted. And Facebook has made that really difficult, and I had to change the name so that the names were comparative. They had to be very similar names, almost the exact name. So that's the reason why there's 2 there. I'm waiting for Facebook to agree to merge those 2 pages together so that I only have to add my content to one page at a time, and, you know, do all of that sort of crazy stuff. So that's why you'll see the one, okay, it's easier if I tell you. The one that has about 2,000, 3,000 likes, or I don't know what it's called on Facebook actually. Likes, yeah, page likes. That's the one that I'll be posting the photos of the deck on. Hello, my love. Oh, I'm just a little teensy-weensy bit busy. But, hang on. Orientation lock. Orientation lock, rotate device back. Okay, hang on, I can't, honey. You'll have to ask Daddy to fold it.
But he doesn't.
Okay, one-handed. I can do it. I can do it one-handed. Oh, yeah. Mummy's the best. There you go. And you can just fold it in half from that point on. Yes, so a couple of other things that I wanted to say as well. We'll be leaving in 4 weeks. So house clearing happens in 4 weeks, and so we're going to try and get rid of all of our belongings, with the exception of those things that, like I've said, are nearest and dearest. This is all happening very suddenly. We have been minimizing our house. We did a massive purge. We're getting rid of our massive TV. We don't have a couch to get rid of anymore. I'll be getting rid of this beautiful table that I do my readings on, and I'll probably move back onto a little coffee table, which is where I began my journey. Same damn coffee table too. How's about them apples? So my space will be a lot smaller, which is totally fine. Totally fine. I've been blessed with a very, very good tarot career, where I've had massive spaces to read in, elaborate spaces and modest spaces. And you know what? I can read anywhere. I can read standing up on one leg on the back of a car and out in the elements. It doesn't really bother me. I can just do it on the fly with one deck if I need to. So, hi, here's my Savannah. Savs, I might have a deck for you.
Yay!
Yeah, Savvy's into it. Another thing that I would like to say too is that I'm making a little bit of a move towards Patreon for a couple of things. I'm not leaving YouTube, just so you know. I'm making a little, be very careful with that, honey. That is my spirit work one. What was I going to say? Yes, I have, I've been thinking about a few different things, and my husband and I have decided to team up for something different, and for this I went to Patreon, and I'll tell you why. For this reason, I have been very reluctant to put my family on YouTube. I don't really want my kids on YouTube. People are mean and cruel on YouTube, and it's my choice to be on YouTube. It's not their choice. So I try to be very respectful. They pop in from time to time, and that's great, but my daughter has been wanting to do videos of late, and she's been wanting to do all sorts of little things with me, and I don't feel safe putting her. Honey, can I have a moment, please? Because I'm just having an adult conversation. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you. I've received some very disturbing comments regarding my children in the past, which is why I split up my Facebook account, and I did a public Facebook, and then I have a private one for people that I know, and I don't accept just anyone on my private account, because that's the one where I put photos of my children, and I'm very protective of my children, as most mothers. And so my husband and I, we thought we're going to do something amazing. Hey Cherie, how you going? My husband and I are doing something amazing. We're selling up our everything. I'll be selling this house. We decided this morning. We're selling up everything, and we're moving, and that's an incredible thing. We're going from mainstream lifestyle and massive schools and all the amenities, flushable toilets and electricity and in abundance, water in abundance, all of that sort of thing. And we're going to trade it up to go tiny and off grid. And the school that my daughter and my son will be going to has 63 students only. And the school that they are in now has 1,300 students, and that's only the primary side of it. And so they're going to have a very big change. And we thought that it would be really interesting to be able to document that. And so my husband and I sat down and we decided that we would do that through Patreon, so that I felt comfortable putting my children out there. So I've created a tier. I haven't uploaded anything. We've been filming, but it's called The Apple Tree. And there's many reasons why I decided to call it the Apple Tree. We are going to Tasmania, which is the Apple Isle. It's considered the Apple Isle here in Australia. There is 5 little seeds in an apple, and there's 5 of us in a family. My son's favourite fruit is an apple. He'll eat 20 of them in a day. And we have an affinity with the apple. When you cut it in half, it will make a pentagram. So there's a little witchy there. And so we've called it the Apple Tree. And we'll be putting our family on there. It'll be our beautiful family that will be on Patreon, doing vlogs about family, doing vlogs about off-grid, doing vlogs about pagan philosophy and children, doing all sorts of different vlogs. And it's very natural, and it'll be me in my pajamas, and just everything will just be very, very natural as I can make it. You get to come inside my home, you get to come inside my life, and you get to come inside my heart and see how I live on a day-to-day basis, and see how I treat my children and the types of philosophies that I like to lean into. And so I've created that specifically on Patreon because I don't want to put that content on YouTube for various reasons. I'm sure you can understand. And so, yeah, if you're interested in following me, then by all means. Hello, Simon. So I'm just doing some crazy stuff, guys. It's in my nature. It's in my nature. It's in my nature to get hectic from time to time. We've been in Cairns now. I love Cairns, but it's too hot. We've been in Cairns now for 5 years, and it's time. And we've owned our block of land down in Tasmania for seven years, and I've been feeling very frustrated with my environment, although now I have nothing to complain about, because when it's winter here in Cairns, it's absolutely beautiful. Does that mean that it's winter now? I woke up this morning to 17 degrees and I'm still in a singlet, and it's May. We are supposed to be in some kind of winter experience. So there we have it. I'm doing a massive tarot sale. I'm going to be doing a massive tarot sale, and I'm still not sure if I'll get rid of more decks than I have here. But I've kept quite a few. Some of them I'm a bit on the fence about. I'm KonMariing it, and I'm like, I'm not sure yet. I'll just wait. There are some brand new decks that are still wrapped up in plastic. I have double ups of decks. I've got Australian decks, I've got overseas decks, I've got Low Scarabeo, I've got mass marketed, I've got some independents, and yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So take a look at my Avalon Cameron Facebook page. I'm going to be putting all the photos of all the decks. If you enjoy it, then take a look. I'll have my Patreon link. Take a look at it, and it'll be a very special event. Yeah. Time set and everything. Let's see how that goes. I'll be putting photos up on Patreon as well, no doubt. Yeah. I know that people roll their eyes whenever a creator says Patreon, but you know, it's a safer place. It's a safer platform for those who are putting themselves out there. I haven't made the move to Patreon yet. I've been on YouTube for more than 4 years now, and on and off, you know, as I've had my babies. I started YouTube with 1 child and now I have 3. And you know, and I'm getting serious about things now, you know. I'm getting very serious about what I'm doing. Plus, when I move off grid, I'm going to need to buy things like solar panels, and I'm going to need to have satellite internet for me to be able to do what I do. And so all of that's going to cost me money, and my husband will essentially be no doubt quitting his job, his very, very good job. And so maybe I'll live off my earnings. Maybe he'll get another job. Who knows? We just don't know. And the most exciting thing about it is that we just don't know. And but we're going to give it a red hot go, because if you wait and plan till every detail falls into place, then you'll never do what you need to do or what you want to do. And yeah. Besides, I'm often told that fortune favors the bold, and I guess this is bold. Right, folks, well, keep an eye out for all these details. This could be happening this week. As in a couple of days' time. It's currently Monday here in Australia. It might be Sunday night where you are. And so it's going to be on. It's going to be right, folks. Well, I better skedaddle because I'm still going through the process. And you can tell me. You can tell me if there's books that you want me to send. You can tell me if you want crystals added in there as well. I'll be going through my massive crystal collection. Crystals are heavy. And it's not that they take up tremendous amount of space, but they do take up some space. And I can't take absolutely everything with me, can I? And so I can get my ruler out and I can measure crystals and I can do crystals as well. So you tell me. I've got... Great to catch you. My Monday's just beginning. That's lovely. Okay, let me show you. This here, see that? That's my hand. That's a basket. And that basket is full of crystals. Like all of these bags are full of crystals. Like it's full of crystals. I have this area here, this crystal laden area there. There's lots of crystals in there. And I'm not sure what else I'll get rid of. Books maybe. Statuary maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Right, folks, so if you're interested in participating in this little endeavor with me, and you better believe that I'm not going to be putting massive prices on these. I'm not that kind of a gal. I don't know what kind of prices, but most of my decks are in as new condition because I'm a stickler for care. Some of the decks that I have had for the longest time, like my Robin Wood, the box is busted and it is totally like wrapped in masking tape, but the cards are in mint condition. So that's a classic, isn't it? I'll show you anyway. It'll be alive and I'll show you. And I'll go through it one at a time, and I will be having Laura there to help me out. So she's a stickler for details, so she can help me with some details and taking down, you know, details. I don't know if I'm going to do this on Patreon yet. I'm just not sure, but prepare for it. I just wanted to put this out there so that you could prepare for it if you do want to participate, because I've got to get rid of it all. And if you guys don't get it, then I'll probably just give it to my secondhand store, my thrift shop here, and that will be the end of it. So, Robin Wood, yay! Yes, I've got some good ones. I've got some Osho Zen, Gemma by Featherbranch and Stone, or Pandora's something. The Fenestra Tarot is coming up too. So I'll show you something here. Do a live auction, that'll be cool. I'm thinking about it. Okay, so see? Brand spanking new. Brand spanking new. That's brand spanking new. That's brand spanking new. Look at this. I want to show you this because you'll all be like, this is my Robin Wood. Look, see that? Look at that. But take a look inside. The book is very, very old. Look at the condition of the cards. Look at them. They're just old. They are just old, but look at that. None of them are chipped, none of them are scratched. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. My house is non-nicotine smoke, but obviously I smoke cleanse. I use Palo Santo sage and a variety of random botanicals. I also, something is cooking. Oh, that's all right. My husband's obviously put something in the oven. Hello, Nush. Yes, so everything, I'm not a riffle shuffler. I'm a hand over shuffler, so my decks are not bent in any way. And some of them are old, some of them are brand spanking new, some of them have been used, some of them I've only unboxed, might have used once, and then never touched them again. That's another reason why I'm getting rid of it, because it's no point in having decks in your collection that you don't use. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm making sure that my collection has a great deal of meaning. For me, it's no longer about the numbers. Would you believe in your life that I have had up to 4,000 tarot and oracle decks combined? I have, over time, seen a massive turnover of decks. I've been collecting for a really long time, and I collect when I feel like collecting, and then I discard when I feel like discarding. My collection is organic. It will come and it will go. It is like water, and I just honor the flow. So buys decks just to riffle shuffle them. Yes, well, they have never been riffle shuffled, so you know they're not bent, then none of those things. Yeah, 4,000. Simon, I'm a hella collector. I've been collecting since I was 19 years old. I'm now almost 40. I'm 39 years old. So you can imagine, I've lived overseas, I've lived in Australia, I've lived in all sorts of places, and I've had access to all sorts of decks. And over time, I've seen a massive collection. I've given decks away, I've sold decks in the past, and over my lifetime, I've seen a tremendous turnover of tarot. And makes me very happy. I feel very complete. Erin just sent me a little thing. So that's what I'm doing, folks. I'm going to be getting rid of my tarot decks. Please keep an eye on my social media to figure out exactly where I'm going to be doing this. This is for real. I'm not joking, and it will take me a good deal of time to go through it all. So this will be a very long live, and I'm going to grab one by one, and if I'll take them out of the box, you can have a look at the cards themselves. And yeah, there you go. So, well, you know what, Simon? I'm printing 1,000 copies of the Bone Stone. So, in one foul swoop, I'll have another 1,000 decks. They will go as soon as they come in, though. Anyways. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna skedaddle because I've got things to do. But again, I was on social media. I'm going to be putting all the details out. I'm going to be publishing all of this stuff. So when I go out there and I end up putting all this stuff online, I will make sure that you know that I've done it. And then in a couple of days' time, I'll give you plenty of notice to let you know when I'm going to be doing this massive live sale. My husband will probably help me. Alora will probably help me. And then yeah, that's all the stuff, right? So yeah, you could call this a fire sale. Bit exciting. Who is this crazy person? For those who are curious, my father has lived on this block of land where I will be living for 5 years, and he does have internet down there, and he does have phone service, so I'll still be able to get things up and online. But yeah, should be exciting. All right, folks, talk to you soon. How do I end this? We're going to go with this. Much love, many blessings.